So, hey guys. Hello. Sun's starting to go down. Get ready for sunset. Looks so nice out there. Beautiful weather. Okay. Let's do an angel card first. Three came out. Patience. Archangel Jophiel, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. You guys know you guys up there. Okay. Oh, there's 4. Leadership. Archangel Gabriel, it is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. You know what to do, Archangel Uriel. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Brilliant idea. Archangel Uriel, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. So if there's, you've had thoughts or mentioned anything, an idea, it's a good time to do it. Trust your inner knowledge of what you know. Be confident. Act upon it right away because it is a good time. Leadership. And it's time to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And back to patience. I pulled some cards out from the Starseed Oracle. And the first one was portals. I've been getting that a lot. Portals coming in all the time in my readings lately. Doors are opening, you decide. Rewards, wild card. Earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother. Earth. Slow down. Take time in nature. It's funny, I was talking about outside. You know, like needing grounding or something. I think some of us sometimes are just might be at times more connected with nighttime. Like maybe you drag during the day and then you don't wake up until night. I get like that. You've got the love. Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. being dependent on another or feeling like you need to be. Boundaries, of course, that can be us going into others too, not just them into ours. It's loving ourselves too, which helps us with the codependency of releasing that. It's a process. Letting go of somebody you've been with for a long time, or somebody you really care about and depend upon. The courageous peony, if I'm saying that right, the flower. Multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. If you're a little different than others, or you do something a little more unique than others, don't let anybody make you feel bad about it. Feel good about it. I'm sorry. Defenselessness. Righting past wrongs. Uprooting. This came out the other day too. Oops. See, that's another thing I keep getting to. What did I do with the card we just had? Let's see. Oh, I shuffled it. Okay. Well, it was with the ocean. And, trying to remember how I was. There it is. Thank you. Bringing unconsciousness to light. And I see, you can see this woman around, and it's like bringing it up. And the water is emotions. It stands for emotions, and besides cleansing and all that, but it's bringing the consciousness up to the top, to the surface. I don't know if you can tell on this computer screen, but there's it looks like a feminine and a masculine together, and it's this one here. I'm sorry. That's what this makes me feel like. It's like within yourself, because you have the different parts of yourself, and you have the masculine part of yourself and the feminine part, and sometimes one can tend to take over on the other, or it isn't balanced in some way, your masculine and your feminine side. And the other part of you is actually, another part of you energetically and consciously. And and saying I'm sorry, whichever part, like if you're it's something you start to learn to feel it when you become more aware that you have it. It can be, it's a separate part of yourself, a separate energy, but it's the same. It's your energy, and sometimes we might be too much in our feminine side and not being able to be more in the 3D, because the feminine side is more in the psychic ability and in the head and ideas, and the masculine part of us is the more physical, protective authority. You know, it's the worker, the one that does the 3D part of things and making things happen. And when you balance them both together, you have all of it. And we've been, I think a lot of us have been in, most of us have been in the masculine for so long. The masculine energy. Because that's the way, you know, humanity's been. So now we're learning to try to balance it. And and as the energy is getting, you know, a higher vibration, we're feeling it really easy. So you can tip. So you can be, the feminine can be emotional. Can be very emotional. And so if you feel yourself getting real emotional easily, or crying easily, or, you know, overthinking in those ways easily, and just as with the masculine, can become even more masculine, like too much of it. And so when you start noticing that, that's or if somebody else notices it, that's when you start thinking, oh, okay, I gotta start balancing myself a little bit, and you know, just taking time out and whatever it is that makes you feel better, balance. You know, and I'm always mentioning, you know, grounding and outside and nature. Sometimes it just takes for us to change something. Going somewhere for a day, taking a day trip, or something that relieves stress. Maybe you stress a little bit, because I think stress sometimes can do that too. You know, tip us from one side to the other. And because when we're stressed, we can really tip into the masculine. And that's it, you know, the authority and the protector, and, you know, knowing just what to do, and all, you know, sometimes that can go over. And the feminine too, they like to protect too, but they do it from a different way. And if it's too much the other way too. So, because we're supposed to be letting everybody have that, you know, free will choice with what they want to do for themselves now, instead of telling them what to do. As I speak this to you, this is, of course, you know, just what I've learned through what I've been going through, and sharing it with you. You do whatever you want with it. So, but it's just to help you understand if you're feeling like you're not alone, like there's something else around with you, or you can even connect with it. I don't like saying it, with them, her or him, of yourself, because that's what they are. They are you, another part of you. And you can even connect with your higher self too, which is a higher vibrational self of you. And you can hear, at times you may hear some, like, as if it's you speaking to yourself, and you're thinking, why did I think that? Where did that come from? I wasn't thinking anything about that. It's like those situations that let you know that you have a part of you, you know, that's with you. So it's you know, try not to get fearful. And you're not crazy. You're not crazy. Like I said, the energy, you know, is getting quicker vibrating. So, and so are we. And because of that, we're able to start sensing the energy around us, our own energy. There's a lot that goes with this. It's, you know, a lot of it, it's not real hard, but there's a lot. So, it's taught through spirit in an easy, slow way, like layer by layer by layer, kind of along with the frequencies. It's a way I explain frequency, but actually, frequency can all be in the same, all in the same room. It's just different frequencies, energies that may be. Anyway, that's another video. But I have talked about it a lot. But we have a lot of things that can interrupt and change our energy, our feelings. We have ourself, learning to, as we're getting a higher frequency, we have past, like, younger memories of this lifetime that is of a different energy, a different vibration. And that's if you've heard anything about the awakening, and people like releasing, saying they're releasing, or, blocks in energy and past lives or past times in this lifetime. That's what it has to do with, partly to do with, and a big part of it is releasing and changing, turning the energy around, because we're trying to lift the energy and get it out of that lower vibrating energy. Because the lower vibrating energy actually isn't really good for us, especially now that the Earth's energy is getting higher. So we need to go with that. And it's, all of it can be a challenge from time to time. A lot of times. It depends on what you're, not everybody is the same on what they have to clear and what they need to change. And it's a lot of energy work. And releasing, and a lot of forgiveness and past lives and this life, and the planets, they give us a lot of different energy that we have to, that helps us to do this. But it can also, there's times depending on what planet is in alignment with us and all, or planets, because they each have their own personality. That's the way I explain it, is they each have a personality. It's like one helps, like, bring the past in, like Mercury, bring in past things that have happened that maybe you haven't gotten over, or people that you might want to say sorry to or get that chance. Well, they'll end up coming into your life for some reason or another, and it gives you a chance to balance it out, balance out that karma. We have good karma and not so good karma. It's a universal balance that we need in energy. So what you put out there, that comes back. So this is Mercury. Will bring that in. It's a communication. It's also, I think I'm not sure if it's time for it can mess with your technology, computers and phones and that type of thing too, the energy. And of course it always depends on what planet might be with it. So Mars is more assertive, passionate, can even be on the, aggressive side, which we need that for certain things. And then you have Venus, and you have the loving planet, and so when you mix them with the other ones, you can bring in a past love that you were really passionate about, or that you've had arguments with in the past. So it can go all different ways. It's learning how to deal with the different energies that come in, and then dealing with others' energies that you might live with or work with, or just being out and about. So it's just learning by trial and error. Honestly, by trial and error, what you're dealing with. You know, and energy, it can, tries to give you what you put out there for it. Not in just the way we act, but what we have in our room, in our home, and, you know, anywhere. And not just us, but like let's say pictures that you hang up and music that you play with certain lyrics, and this energy is really fast to manifest for you. It picks it up really quick. It's like it's energy. It's like a consciousness that manifests for us. That we're here, and it's here for us to be able to do all this and to get all this. You know, learn how to function with material things and manifest it. So it'll, you gotta watch what you have. Like I've been putting it off, to be honest. I've been procrastinating because I don't know what to get rid of. But I have books and all, and I have a lot of crafts and all, and I collected, you know, cool looking rocks and sticks and just a lot of things in here. And I started, you know, I was confused all the time. Why am I always confused when I come in this room, or I can't get myself motivated? And in fact, me talking about this right now just reminded me again why I might be having such a hard time getting motivated to start this video. And so the energy, it'll books, it'll pick up information from books, and you know, and if you're somebody that's learned how to or is able to pick up information in your own way, however spirit and you are, everybody doesn't have the same exact way all the time of picking up energy and how you communicate with them and with the similitude and all that kind of thing. And so it can be different. And if you start picking up certain things and you're not, you know, you think it has to do with your family or something, or with yourself, and it can be something totally different, you know. So if that starts happening to you, try to remember, it's easy to forget at times, and until you keep doing it over and over and over, that it's not always, it's most of the time it may not be about anything to do with you or your family, but it, you know, they may use that to be able to try to explain something or show you something. So you know, when I was first learning, I was, you know, constantly like, oh my God, yeah, something's gonna happen, you know. But you know, learned a lot that it's just their way of trying to show you, you know, spirit and all, because they can't, most of the time, they can't just stand right smack in front of us like another person. Well, I guess they can, but but normally they don't do that, and talk to you, you know. And then, or we go through meditation or connection, or, you know, however you communicate. But I'm getting off track a little bit. But what I was saying is that the energy and all will put out more of whatever it is you have in your room, and or what you listen to, even TV shows. If you go to bed with like a negative TV show going on, fighting and you know, cursing and people angry at each other and all, you can wake up in the morning, you know, feeling not really good, you know, not having that good feeling in you. And especially when you're sensitive, if you're sensitive to other, you know, energy around you. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people end up living on their own, and because they have a hard time. You can't tell other people not to do things if they're not in the same frequency. Their energy isn't in the same frequency as your energy, and so you learn how to deal with it if you want to live together, or you move and you find your own place, or somebody else that you are on the same frequency with. And if you don't know what's going on, it's you're thinking that, what happened, we got along so well, and then all of a sudden things aren't working out. Like, why are we always not getting along, or why don't we speak to each other? It can be an uncomfortability within you, with you and the other person. It might be on different frequency wavelengths, or whatever you want to call it, for each of you, like bodily. And you're just, it's not syncing well together. It can later on, possibly can later on, depending on, how you're working with energy. So when I speak of energy all the time, this is why I speak about energy on like all my videos. And I need to come up with another word for energy, because it might be, it's important, because this is what's going on. Everything is energy. Every single thing. We are. Everything is. I mean, we see it and we can't see it. And everything we do, it picks up. It picks it right up, no matter what it is. And speaking, music, the words, and it's right there. And it vibrates. It's all around you. It's within you. Within you, energy can communicate with the outside energy, and we're energy. So just imagine energy just constantly, and it just it goes and goes and goes. It works and works and works and works for us. So that's why I bring it up so often, because it's really important, to for many to start. I mean, for everybody, but everybody's got their own path. They got, has their own path. And they have free will, to do what they want to do. But it helps you to maneuver. And it's challenging because you have to change a lot of the energy within you and around you, and learn how to do that, and learn what you're feeling. It's like it's a trip, really. It's a trip learning how to do this. It's like nothing you ever remember ever doing before, and it's emotional, because energy has a lot to do with emotion too. And feeling other people's, you start feeling everybody else's things. It can also, when you're going through this, it also affects your body. Because of the changes in the earth, it's affecting your body too, because your body's changing, and the frequencies are changing in your body. So, and things are changing and releasing, and your DNA is changing, and your things are changing around, and it's your body's learning to change with everything. So you can feel really sore. You might feel really sore. Things might be hurting you. You might overdo things, because you're vibrating faster now. And we're used to always feeling like we have to do stuff all the time, or we start feeling guilty if we don't, or you might have a lot on your plate to deal with. But we need to take time out, because that faster energy can wear you out quickly if you don't take time out and kind of boost yourself, and take a breather, and get your energy in line again, and not feel guilty about it, because our emotions make a difference too in the energy. We want to try and keep it positive if we can, but but still being able to release things, and crying or whatever, is a good way to release. Just as long as you try, you'll start to realize down the road that, okay, I have a crying. I think I'm over this one. Let's, thank you for the lessons and forgiveness and all that with whatever it might be, and know that you'll see, like, passed on loved ones down the road. Like they're still out there. They're in spirit. They're not in the body, or maybe they've come back and reincarnated in the body. That might, to me, I have a belief that a lot of people have passed away because they needed to come back, new in a new body to continue this journey of, the Earth's frequency raising. But of course, that's my opinion. But I just was getting on some things there, and why I speak about energy so much, and it is important. I didn't want to keep pushing that on my other videos because people have their own free will to do what they want. But if you're starting to thinking that you're hearing things, somebody talking, and then you look and nobody's there, or you think somebody called your name, or you're feeling something, or there's your intuition starts getting really good. You start like realizing things are going to happen before they happen. You start manifesting things before you know it. It's right in front of you. Somebody has something that you needed, the exact thing you needed, and you're meeting them right then and there, like that type of thing. So when you start noticing these things happening, it has to do with the energy and spirit working it all out for you. And we have ancestors, we have light beings and extraterrestrial, lot of all kinds here, and not all are always friendly, but most part they are. They're here to help, and a lot of times they will react to us, their energy, depending on how we are with our energy toward theirs. It's like, what you put out will come back, and a lot of them are energy, their consciousness in energy, but and they're not always necessarily in body. So that's if they feel a negative energy, that's what they pick up, and vice versa. So it's learning how to deal with energy to get through what's coming. This is why the Earth, Gaia, is, her she's changing, the weather's changing, and eruptions, and we've had volcanoes and all the other things. I don't want to keep going on with that because I don't want to manifest anything. Please don't manifest any of that. And is the vibration is changing the frequencies, and it's interrupting things and having to shift things, and we feel all this too. And she's a living, conscious, energetic being, like the other planets. So I know it sounds like, come on, when people are seeing things all the time in the sky, I mean, y'all got to think like something's going on, right? I mean, you see things, and people are they're so easy to just. I respectfully saying, I did it too, and then it was my time, I guess, to start noticing things. When I started noticing things, and when I started noticing them and saying something to other people I knew, and they didn't know what I was talking about, and I learned to not say anything for a while. But it was my time to start learning, so I can share with you. So, if you start thinking and noticing and hearing things or feeling things, if you're hurting and you feel like your whole body's hurting all the time, or parts of your body, there's reasons for that besides thinking that there's something wrong with you. But I'm not saying don't go to a doctor. Please, if you feel you need to go to the doctor, please do so. Maybe maybe there is. But if you come back and they can't find anything wrong with you, start looking into the energy thing. It's us changing, and there's energy work. You can look online for it, and start looking into energy work and releasing negative energy. And they also have, helping with positive energy with music. And there's all kinds of stuff there. Just be mindful. Like if something doesn't seem right, which everything might not seem right in the beginning, but sooner or later you'll find something that will just, if you're supposed to see it, you have guides, you have the energy around you. It'll let you feel that, yes, if you feel like you should look at that, or if something catches your attention, like, and you keep kind of going back to it, and you're like, nah, and then you look at it again, nah, look at it. There's a reason why you keep going back to it. Look at it. It's for you. And if you're not sure why, something will come up later on about that video that you'll connect it with. So that's where the flow comes in. A lot of us, off and on, you may have a hard time just flowing, letting things just happen, because we like to take control all the time. And it's a trust thing too, because we've been in a negative energy for so long that we're learning how to let go of that and trust. And that's what helps manifestation. For you to manifest in this new energy is to have trust. And it just takes repetition, to be honest with you. You keep doing it over and over. And rebooting our brain, that it's okay. I'm still, I still go through it too, and I haven't been doing it like 20 years or anything, at least not knowingly, but I have been for a few years, going through it myself, and I'm still, I get in the in-between, the old energy, the new energy, me in between, and it can get confusing sometimes. If you find you feel that way, confused, take a walk and get out of the area what you're in. It can be different energies, literally different energies around you. This energy may be different than this, and especially if it's like, someplace you have a lot of stuff. But see, I'm learning, what's going on. Why a lot of the stuff I get, that I receive, is the way it is. And so I'm starting to understand, because I do have a lot in this room, a lot of books, all kinds of stuff. So it's just now, understanding like exactly where it's coming from in the room. So, what are they trying to tell me? So, but if you do feel like that, start getting confused or spacey or something, go outside for a while, get some air, breathe in that fresh air outside, and that'll help rid of some of the lower energy which is held inside, that we all hold in every day and inhale in, So we can, you can use imagination, the energy. Well, somebody mentioned it today. It doesn't know the difference. Like, our imagination doesn't know the difference. Our body doesn't know the difference between real and imagining when we're using imagination. And with this energy, when you use imagination and mix that with belief, that's when you can really start manifesting. You can help heal yourself through those ways. And, manifesting and healing, or and imagining what you want to heal and what it looks like, and how you want it to look, and what you need, and there's a lot that goes along with this. So we've been taught that we can't take care of ourselves. That we can't heal. We have to go to doctors, and I'm glad the doctors are there. But going to all the doctors for things that we could have been healing ourselves. There's a lot of illnesses. People think like mental illnesses, and just all different types of illnesses that could be healed because it's energy. It's lower energy. But we've never been taught that. Most of us have never been taught that. There are people that have been, here that they knew this. So. But nobody wanted to listen, But anyway, again, I think that's how I always end it all the time. Anyway, I just wanted to put more of that together. I was getting more things, and I have to look at my notes. I guess that's my thing, energy. That's everybody's thing now. And I'm not being sarcastic in a mean way. I'm serious. It's energy. There's like, what is it, like 5 or 6 different kind of main energy, and what we deal with around us now is electromagnetic energy. And so if you look into energy, anybody is interested, start there, and it'll help you. It's just even just the basics. What you put out, you give back, and that's because of the universe needing the balance, the energetic balance. So it's not. The energy doesn't know the difference. It's just doing what it's feeling. And it takes a while to get used to that. So anyway, I'm just thinking there was another card. Do we want to do one more card? Okay, I was looking for that one. Let's do a... Aboriginal healing oracle. It's just like a one word thing. Thank you. Create. Think of the energy as creators. They're creators too, and they love to create. That's all they want to do. That's their job. They want to create, and that's what they do. Whatever it is, whatever you give them, that's what they'll create. Spirit too. Spirit likes to create too. They like to help. They like to help us create. Safe. Is it either bogong moth or bogong moth? It's a 13, which comes to a 4. That's building new things. Building new, whatever you may be building, creating something new. Safety, like the moth is, it's always heading to find the light, trying to find the light source. It's also a symbol of psychic energies. It's also transformation, like the butterfly, transformation. That's the cocoon. We're all transforming. See, I was talking about the divine and masculine part of yourself. There can be different parts of yourself. And shadow side and all. They can be separate energies too, which are inside of you, around you. You know, the energy is all connected. It's all one. Even though they're separate, they're all one. What one knows, they all can know. It's like I was thinking earlier and how to explain it. You know, like I was saying, the energy it moves. It's constant, and it's like everywhere. There's not a space without energy, and so when one patch of energy, if that's what you want to call it, to me, they're more personal to me, in the way I see it. So, and what one can know and see, it can just go through the energy. Is the way, you know, it's like, vroom, and it can go, boom. It's way, you know, it's across the street, and next thing you know, that energy over across the street knows what's going on right here. So, and that's how our intuition picks up things really quick, is through the energy and what our third eye is picking up. Plus our psychic abilities are opening up, or clairaudience, and clear this and clear that. There's like a few different clairs, you know, hearing and smelling and seeing, and you can smell something that maybe spirit is trying to. They use the energy to get messages to you, and they can use smell. They can use music. They can use sound. You know, they can use all kinds of things to get a message to you. And I think that's it. So it's been almost an hour. So I'll let you guys go. And if you stayed to the very end, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you guys have a good night. I get some readings to do for somebody, so. And it's getting nighttime. I like doing readings in the nighttime, like lighting the candles, and it's pretty. So you all have a really nice night, and sweet dreams. Bye.